So Israel is creating the next generation of terrorists through its actions. I don't say that to excuse Hamas and the Houthis or to wash away the horror of October 7th, 2023. I say it because escalation has a math of its own, and the math here is pretty ugly. And it is a math the US knows all too well with the rise of terror groups such as ISIS in the wake of the invasion of Iraq in 2003. But Israel takes this a step further. When a state takes a grinding war and spreads it into foreign capitals, when it hits negotiators on mediators' soil, flattens safe houses in dense cities, and accepts the civilian spillover as regrettable, you don't just remove enemies, you manufacture new ones. Israel struck Hamas's political delegation inside Qatar's capital while ceasefire talks were underway, in a protected compound guarded by Qatar's Emery Guard. Senior Hamas figures survived. Lower ranking members died, or rather will be considered martyred. An innocent Qatari security officer died. And for what here? What did Israel gain? Maybe a tactical win on a narrow target set? Strategically, it closes several doors. It tells every potential mediator in the region that hosting talks paints a bullseye on their city. It tells every would-be negotiator to go to ground. And it hands our adversaries a nicely packaged, clean story. Diplomacy is under attack. Meanwhile, it shows that Israel has zero interest in negotiating anything and seems to think that they can kill its way out of this situation. This isn't one stray operation, though. In Lebanon, Israel killed senior figures in Beirut and hit targets across the south. In Syria, it struck the defense ministry complex in areas near the presidential palace in Damascus. In Iran, it ran a 2-week air campaign that Tehran says killed large numbers, with images of mangled apartments doing the media rounds. In Yemen, it bombed Houthi infrastructure around Hodeidah after long-range drones hit Israeli territory and shipping lanes. I'm not saying Israel is not necessarily justified in some of these strikes. I'm just saying they have consequences. And when you add Qatar to that list, the pattern is clear. Cross-border strikes, high symbolism, and predictable civilian harm all occur. If it wasn't for the fact that the United States was backing Israel, these countries could form a very powerful coalition and target Israel, potentially overwhelming them with their numbers. Now here's the reality though. Does any of this make Israel, you, I, the world safer over time? I mean, the best research says civilian casualties produced by counterinsurgent forces are followed by more attacks, not fewer. That's Iraq, that's Afghanistan, that's Pakistan and Yemen, and a myriad of other examples. When harm lands on civilians, even when the target package looked clean on paper, insurgents use grief and humiliation to recruit. The timeline is very fast. Funerals turn into meetings, meetings turn into training, training turns into the next strike. And when these so-called leadership decapitation strikes happen within a mature network with deep local support, the usual result is either a quick replacement by a harder line deputy or a splinter that's even less constrained.